Welcome to Prompt P in the hashtag ABC April 2025 challenge. Today I'm using recycled packaging to make a unique trifold. Plus, I'll show you how to create a new style of clippies that you can totally customize. The digitals featured here will be available on my Ko-Fi. Let's jump in. For the construction of the mini journal with a pocket, I'm using packaging craft paper, and the dimensions are as follows. You're going to cut a 5 by 10 piece of the packaging paper, and then you're going to fold it in equal parts, in 3 equal parts, like so. And make sure that you save this triangle here that you're going to cut from the top to the bottom at an angle. And then you're going to cut a second piece at 2.5 by 5. You're going to score at a 1/2 inch. And this one will go in the left flap like so. Then you're going to cut a third piece, 3 by 4 inches, and you're going to score at a 1/2 inch. And this will be in the middle part, so. And then you're going to take that triangle and score, that's the extra flap, score it at 1/4 of an inch. That will go like so. And then I just took an extra piece of the packaging paper and I just cut dimension to fit like so, and then cut little divot here with my 1.5 inch circle, and that will be my pocket. Next, let's talk about the construction. I did to use some of my stencils to give an accent and some sass to this trifold, and you'll see the different stencils that I'll be using. Some are from Tim Holtz, the Dollar
Third
Tree,
attempt. So
and others I've had
I
in my stash for
oh my
over
goodness
15
gracious.
years.
I want to give you a peek at the craft packaging as my glue oozes out here. Uh, Trifold, junk journal, and I've already made this and I was trying to show you how I put this together. So I will quickly share before I give you a breakdown of how I make this clippy. That I took 2 pieces of paper, shredded them, then I distressed, then I glued it down. Of course, I didn't and of course, before I glued the paper down, I did add that eyelet. And I didn't glue this end, although this back part of this embellishment, because I just strung some floss through it, and I'll show you later what I plan to do with it. And then I added the butterfly. So this has all the flaps and all these little tuck spots and pockets and journaling spots and tags. It's absolutely a blast. Now, there's another flap here. As you can see, and I did some stamping with ISC images, but the front is just a blast. This is a journaling card that you can turn it into a journal if you want, and these printables will be on my Ko-fi site. Just give me some time to upload them. And a little tab with an eyelet, and this is a little pocket. Now, in terms of the Clippies, I was inspired. This was many, many months ago. Eva at Bohemian Crafting did a video, and she did something where she uses these for reading or kind of where she left off in her book. But you know how it is when you're a creative, you just take something that you see, and if you're truly inspired, you just take it to another level, or you give it your twist, your flair. So if you print this digital on lighter copy paper, you want to back it. That's really important, and I did do that, and I backed it with 65-pound paper. Now you can go ahead and print it on 65-pound paper, but I don't know if you'll get the crisp in the detail of the clipping. So then you want to take a 1/4 of an inch piece of paper by, like, I want to say is probably an inch, and you're going to put the smaller part of this Tim Holtz paper clip, feed it through, and then glue it. And then what you want to do is you're going to take the back part like so, okay? Wait till you see the stuff that I have already in motion with some fun embellishments in some tutorials ahead. And then what you want to do is put it here, okay? Now, I'm going to have to let this dry because if I don't, I'm going to turn it this way. Thank goodness I caught that. I'm going to put it this way. I'm going to let that dry and I'll be back. Okay, so another important thing, when you cut these clippies out, if you happen to have this tool by Stampin' Up, you should use it or something similar because the, it's so much easier to cut the inner part of the clippy out. Okay, That's super, super important. I think after 4 times of trying to record this particular segment, I apologize for that, but I think you get what I'm trying to achieve. And then you can use a small pair of scissors to cut these little pieces out. But here is the dried and finished um, clippy. And I did add an eyelet and I did a little bit of stamping in the back, and you'll see why in a minute. But this is what it looks like. It's super easy and so much stinking fun. And then what you're going to do is take your, little journaling card, and you're going to go like this, okay? And you're going to then feed your journaling card right there so that it holds. And you can also, if you'd like, take another journaling card and put it there. And the reason why I stamped on the back, I'm gonna move this over just a little bit, it's because I want to, this is live, people. This is how we flow. This is how we flow. And this way, I want to put it here. If it's showing a little bit, at least there's some stamping and it's not completely cream, if you know what I mean. So I'm a little persnickety about those things sometimes, but I absolutely think this turned out so wicked cool, super easy, as I've shared with you already. And I hope this has inspired you to look at your stash, look at your embellies and extra digitals that you might have hanging around, and think out of the box. So until next time, thanks for your time and happy creating.